Alright, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, hear me, man. Hear me. I'm gonna first play this girl's Tessa's video. Then I want to get into a video, right? I want y'all guys to just hear something, right? I want to start by saying all parties are innocent until proven guilty. I am not on either side. I'm not picking either or. It doesn't matter to me. A lot of people are a lot of content creators are getting emotional over this, y'all. I want you guys to understand. This is why it's very important what I do here. See, because what I do here is, like, even this lady right here, I'm about to play you guys her video. This girl, Tisa, I think she has to, though she claims not to be a biased woman, that's a lie. But, hey, it is what it is. That's my own personal opinion. But I wanna play something, right? Because I want you guys to understand. When you're not biased, when you're a non-biased person, then nothing bothers you. But you're seeing content creators getting frustrated, like if Diddy is their uncle or Cassie's their aunt. People are really getting personal about this trial, right? Like I said, I'm not with either party, so I don't care. But I want to play this, right? Because if you guys recall, I started covering this case since Monday, Tuesday morning. And I was saying something about it's going to be real hard for the prosecutor to really bring people to come up to speak on the behalf of Diddy. And it's very interesting, different takes that are going all over the whole internet. People are split. I'm dead smack in the middle. But I want you guys to hear this. Welcome back, by the way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing love. Hit the like button, y'all, on your way in. Hit the like button on your way in. Let's pay attention.
At the Diddy trial, but she gave an actual reason. She said she's not testifying because she was never subpoenaed. You guys, we put our ear to the street. If you guys don't know, I'm covering the Diddy trial Monday through Friday. I come out midday all the time to make updates, okay? Make sure you follow if you want to find out up to the minute. I put my ear to the street and ask my sources. How could that be? Aubrey herself.
Now, I will say this. People, I really don't like when people say, I asked my sources. First of all, everybody is damn near under a gag order. So I want you to understand. See, like, you guys have to understand when people are exaggerating. Now, you guys know I have FBI, I have sheriffs, I have freaking highway patrol, I have everybody in my family. And it bothers when certain people say, you know, my sources. People always want to feel more important than what they actually are. Now, cool, you have a little bit of an audience and people fall for it, cool. That's why you guys never gonna hear me say my sources. The only time you heard me say my sources was a few years back. Whoever was there to remember, when the first food SHORT, hey, you know what I'm saying, because I can't put the words together and then you get flagged. When the first one happened, now you guys know I work in the armed service, so I directly was hit. Like, put it this way, I'm somewhere sitting strapped like this. I'm somewhere waiting, boom, boom, doing my job. And when my boss comes and says, you're relieved. Wow, what's going on? Go home and get your house in order. Go over there, get water, get some rice, get sugar, get lighter fluid, get some coal, buy an old-fashioned grill, get this, get... I'm like, what? People. And sure enough, things went haywire like almost like 2-3 weeks later. So I don't like to use that my sources kind of thing, because I feel like now you're reaching too much. But now I want to dive right into this, because it's funny. She dropped this video 3 hours ago, but I said this on Tuesday. Listen, y'all, listen.
Said that she's not testifying because she was never subpoenaed. I said, how can Aubrey never be subpoenaed? There's no question that Diddy, there was something weird going on. There's no question that Diddy was sending her weird emails back in the day. There is no question that Diddy was like trying to turn her into a Cassie, but for whatever reason, I believe Aubrey's mother is a lawyer.
Now, let me ask you a question. The way she talks, you mean to tell me she's not biased? She's not speaking, she's not talking the way I'm talking. She's not... People are so biased on this case, and I'm sitting... See, I'm frustrated with the content creators, and I'm frustrated with dumb people's comments. But now, let's get back into this, because I want you to understand, some may think that she's not biased. I say that she is. But let's listen, because I mentioned this earlier this week.
She always said, save everything you have. There is a reason why the prosecutors didn't call Aubrey, who would be such a strong witness. And it has to do with something that pretty much confirms that, first of all, Aubrey is not victim number 3. I still stand by that she is actually Gina Hum, but I could be wrong, right? The whole point of the information is that for the same reason Aubrey isn't testifying, we can confirm that Tiffany Redd will not testify, and I'll be sure. And again, when I say will not testify, we can confirm also that I'll be sure will not be testifying. And it looks like Little Rod
hit the like button, y'all.
Testifying too. Why is that? Because of the secret word meaning subpoena. Now here's the thing. When I first said, I was like, wait. So Tiffany Redd isn't going to testify. Little Rod isn't going to testify. I'll be sure won't be testifying. Aubrey O'Day won't be testifying. Why won't they be testifying? Because of the magic word subpoena. And this goes for anybody else going around saying publicly that they're going to testify for Diddy. It's all lies. Why? Because of the magic word named subpoena. Okay? Now, before y'all come at me, let me tell you what Aubrey said, and then I'm going to tell you what my sources say. And this is pretty much proof that Al B. Sure was lying, and he was never even subpoenaed to testify.
Why is she saying her sources when he's being subpoenaed? People already know the process and procedure. So people, I want you to understand, when somebody's exaggerating to make themselves feel a lot bigger, bro, this lady frustrates the shit out of me. I'm not going to cap. She frustrates me, but she speaks on, she's the one person to speak on something that I spoke on Tuesday, virtually 5 days ago. But listen, I told you guys this. Have you ever heard Cassie say a word bad about Diddy outside of their relationship? Or the only time you started hearing Cassie talk was when the footage came out from 2016 in the hotel. Cassie never said a word. This is one of the major reasons why the prosecutor was actually able to bring her up. But I'm gonna let this lady talk. Keep listening, y'all. Keep listening.
At the very least, he won't be testifying, okay? The former Danny King singer Aubrey O'Day will not take the stand in a high-profile federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs, okay? She told TJ Holmes and Amy Robach they're still together on their premiere. I know those drunken fights mean something. At the premiere episode of a new podcast about the trial. Aubrey, who rose to fame on MTV's Making the Band under Diddy's guidance, made a May 14th Instagram post that some believe hinted at a possible court appearance at the Diddy trial. She posted a video from New York City with the caption, "Hey New York, where y'all think I should head first, okay?" And she added like a justice scale. Despite the post and earlier reports that she'd been subpoenaed, people can confirm that Aubrey O'Day will not testify as she was not subpoenaed by the prosecution or the defense. Okay? She said no on the premiere episode of Amy Robach and TJ Holmes thing. She said no. I'm not here to testify for the Diddy trial that I know of. Okay? She went on to claim that she was contacted by Homeland Security.
So now, pretty much, she's trolling. So pretty much, she was trolling for attention. She put, "Hey New York, where should I go first?" And then put like the scale, like, you know, we all know what the scale stands for. So she was trolling for attention. That's why they started talking about her more, trolling. People, attention is one of a woman's biggest drug. Like, let's keep going.
And did have a meeting.
Hit the like button, y'all. Hit 117 in the building and 9 likes, y'all. Come on, man. Hit the like button. Do the right thing, y'all. Let's be respectful out here. I'm putting in work. I'm giving y'all a different perspective. I'm probably one of the only few content creators that are giving you non-biased reaction videos to everything. The whole content creation department is split. People picking Diddy, people picking Cassie. Guess what? They both ain't shit. So I'm not picking neither side. I'm picking the side of justice. I'm picking the side on what's right and what's happening in front of us. So let's keep on going.
Instagram that I was here in New
Hit
York,
the like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel.
Everyone that I'm not here testifying. Okay? Now.
Wow, look at this. 94% of people believe company culture is important.
Here's the funny thing. A lot of people are like, Korea. How could that be? Well, I spoke to my sources and they said this, right? First of all, I have identified who one of the victims are going to be, victim 1 and who victim 3 is. I'm not going to say anything. I also know a few other people that are testifying, but we will wait until the prosecution releases their testimony, their witness list. It's going to be released Sunday by 5 p.m. to the judge, and then the judge will probably make that public sometime during the week, right? Why do I think that Albie Shore is not being truthful when he's saying he's subpoenaed and he's testifying, right? Why do I think that little Rod will not be testifying for a number of things, right? The federal government has demanded that everybody testifying must be quiet. If you were subpoenaed to testify and you are testifying, you are not allowed, let's start with Albie Shore, you are not allowed to make public statements about it.
But why is she saying it like if this is top secret? We already know if you're going to testify, you can't talk. My sources say, stop. Mamita, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Hit the like button, y'all.
Diddy about the case and not make any public statements that make it seem like you could be biased in any way. Okay? What did Albie Shore do? He had a book that he's been using the whole thing to actually go and again get your money, but can we just be upfront about that? He literally said on a bunch of shows, I was subpoenaed, and if called, I'm going to testify. The federal government 100% said that they will not call anybody to testify that makes any public statements. You look at Cassie, look at victim number 2, 3, look at all of the employees. No one is talking to the press right now because there is a gag order under it. And if you are on the witness list and you talk in any way about Diddy, the trial, anything, you will be in violation of that gag order. The judge can hold you in contempt of court. The feds can hit you with obstruction of justice. Okay? That's...
All right, she ain't saying nothing new. Fellas, hear me out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. I told y'all on Tuesday, do you know how hard, listen, do you know how hard, and mind you, y'all, the video I wanted to react to earlier this morning, I'm still looking, and the people are still live streaming, so I can't touch it. They got it where you can't rewind the stream. I'm not sure why. But anyway, people, even lawyers are saying, anybody the prosecution brings on the stand to talk, anybody, listen to me, y'all, please pay attention. I'll be sure if Diddy was such a bad person, why was you still hanging out with him? All the way up until Kim passed away. Huh? I'm heading with the Hulkamania. Huh? Ready? Even they're saying that I told you guys earlier, they're saying that Diddy's business partner that was 25% owner of Bad Boy, he was Diddy's partner up until 2020. If you knew Diddy was this horrible person, why did you stay? You're a man. What are you in fear of? What are you in fear of? People, anybody that touches the stand on Diddy, listen to me. I want you to understand, it's gonna be automatic bias. That's the reason why they're trying to bring Young Miami. Cause Young Miami, she love that nigga Diddy. Oh yeah, I love him. I love me some Diddy. Yeah, let me get some, right? But the Albie Shores, this girl here, anybody that testifies against Diddy is gonna sound like a disgruntled employee. And that's that. Damn it. I want to show you guys this damn video earlier, but like I said, they still live streaming. But I want to play you guys. I want to get to the real video right here. But I told you guys this on Tuesday. I said, please, y'all, don't be fooled. A lot of these people that are going to go up there, ready, watch this, ready, watch this. Diddy's so bad. Diddy's so bad. He's so horrible. Chopper signed to Bad Boy South after the making of the band. Ready? Gene Deal. Now Gene is this different case, but even Gene Deal, ready? Gene Deal hasn't been there so long. They're gonna be like, he sound like he hurt. He sound like he hurt. Yup, they don't hear me. And they all stood quiet. But you ready? And they stood quiet while things were happening. But the minute they left him, they started talking on social media. Ready? Pay attention, y'all. How can you testify if you automatically bias? Now, the girl, I told you guys, the other girl from Dirty Money, the one who went on the stand to speak against Diddy, she's the only one that's like, Diddy did this. But the other girl is like, I ain't never seen nothing. She's like, even when it came to Cassie did everything willing. I ain't never seen Diddy hold her against her will for nothing. I'm like, now you got the pros and the cons. I said it. Who was there on Thursday when I said, I'll be sure will be the worst person that the prosecution could bring up on the stands. Cause I'll be sure was being friends with Diddy just to stay next to Kim, and he was still in love with Kim. He was still biased. Get him out of here. We got 237 in the building, y'all. Hit the like. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. But now, I want y'all guys to listen to this video right here. So Jason is talking on another big podcast. People, listen to me. This is the dangers. This is the dangers. Listen, people, you have to be willing to listen, right? Because shout out to y'all guys sending me mad things to my email on Twitter or on Instagram. I appreciate everybody showing me mad love. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. So shout out to Glenn Beck. Really big channel, 1 million plus subs. Like, this guy talks everywhere. People, this is why I told you there are certain sources, there are certain individuals that I will listen to talk because I know people aren't biased. You have to know who to listen to because a lot of folks are going to give you biased information. Like I said, the whole YouTube streets right now, everybody's falling apart. Oh, Diddy this, Cassie's innocent and she's a victim. Diddy is innocent. Listen, we all know Diddy's not on trial for what they talking about in the courthouse. We know that. Is Diddy a dirtbag for what he's done? It is what it is. We know that. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. He said that hush, the hush money. Now, I want you guys to understand. Listen to this take. Now, I never said this before, but I will say this. I will say this. A lot of really powerful dudes, this tends to happen to. And I want y'all to listen. This, people, hear me. Pay attention to what you're about to hear. Just use your ears. Listen.
What I have read this week is absolutely disgusting. I mean, beyond... I mean, I've read disgusting, and you kind of read it kind of like you watch a car wreck. I can't even read this stuff. It is so grotesque. What is actually being exposed here? What do you think actually happened, and why aren't they going after anybody but Diddy?
I got my tinfoil hat on as I'm talking to you, Glenn, okay. So I want the audience to be aware.
Crap, Glenn. Now I can't read.
Now, you heard what he said. You heard what he said, y'all. Listen, if you was here yesterday, you heard what I played you. Listen. So he just said, why are they only going after Diddy? Listen, people. If you were here yesterday, you heard me say it, and I played a clip where I said, what they're trying to do is called squash. People, it's called squash. It's squashing somebody. So you ready? What happens to a bodybuilder that's on roids? Now, I gotta break down to you guys, because for some of you guys know, before I used to be on roids. You know what I'm saying? Like, before I got injured on the job, y'all guys, I showed y'all pictures and videos before where I was big. Now, I'm going to get back to it. See, I'm transparent, so I don't lie here. Now, when I was on roids and I was lifting, boy, nigga, you see cuts in places, nigga, you ain't never seen in your life. And when you off of it, it's like you're squashed. So now you have to really work on those gains. That's why they say you gotta cycle. If you're gonna take some one time, take it, get off of it, use that energy, that strength that you got, use your natural muscle, then go back on it, cycle. You got cycling it. Now I don't do it anymore, but I will never do it again. But I wanted to try it to see if it really worked, and it should work. It was what it was. But I got injured on the job a few years back. Whatever. I haven't. But I'm gonna get back to my grind. So hear me out. Yesterday, when you heard Dr. Umar Johnson, the king of conscience, who records what he said? Umar said, Diddy was too powerful. Diddy is too powerful. It was too powerful. Somebody King said, I heard a motherfucker so much, so little thing that time. What? What? Alright, whatever, dogs. I don't know what the hell this nigga's talking about. Anyway, back to no. I don't know what he's saying. I leave him alone. He said, bro, shut the. Oh, I see. Alright, that's what we gonna do. Just for him. Bye, nigga. This is my channel, nigga. I'm giving commentary. The fuck. Like, what's wrong with these dudes, bro? Like, listen, I'm gonna give them a commentary how I'm gonna give it. The same way how everybody else want to be biased, I'm gonna give actual feedback. Anyway, yeah, I got him the fuck up out of here. Next time, one of them, my fucking moderators, get rid of him next time. But let's keep on rocking and rolling.
Read his mind.
Listen, Diddy.
So, listen, I think they're holding a trial about, hey, Diddy's a really bad person. He's a sexual degenerate. He turns violent against women that he's dating. But in terms of racketeering or sex trafficking and all that, none of that is being addressed. And I think there's probably a good chance that Diddy either walks or the jury just convicts him, hey, you're a bad person. But in terms of the actual sex trafficking, and he's this ringleader of this sexual exploitation deal, they're not proving that case, and I'm not sure if they have an interest in even arguing that case. At this point, Glenn, 4 or 5 days into the trial, I think they raided.
Hold up. Before they get into it, hold up. So everybody knows. People, listen to me. When Dr. Umar Johnson said this, bro, Diddy's on. He ain't on. They're squashing him. They're removing his power. Listen, y'all. Listen. Dr. Umar said this shit 3 weeks ago. Listen.
At this point, Glenn, 4 or 5 days into the trial, I think they raided Diddy's home to strip him of his power and leverage and blackmail material, and that all this is really about is taking away Diddy's leverage and handing it over to the Department of Justice or whoever is responsible for this, or stripping him of the most damaging information he had on key people that they don't want harmed. But in terms of a serious criminal prosecution of Sean Combs, that's not what's transpiring here.
You heard it.
Hollywood
You heard it.
Secret weight loss recipe.
You just
Hi,
heard it.
everybody. I'm Patricia Heaton, and I
You
have
just
found
people.
Well, that.
Don't say his name. If you want to put his initials in the comment section, who did that recently just happen to? Don't say his name in the comment section. Give me his initials. I want to see if you guys know who else got squashed. Who else got squashed? Because they had damning evidence on virtually everybody in every entertainment, every single everything. Nah, y'all got the first initial right, but second one ain't right. Second one ain't right. No, remember, don't say full names. Don't say full names. Nah. Don't say full names. He goes, nope, he ain't in Creed. I will say this. I'm gonna try to give it to you in a way. Don't say his name in the comment section, cause I don't want them to flag my shit down. He if you don't want niggas dancing all in the videos, don't say his name. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. Yup. You got it, Moore. You got it. Yup. Now, when they raided all of his shit, it was just to squash him. People, when you have actual tangible things that can sway. All right, watch this. Whoever's seen the movie, I'm old school. Whoever's seen the movie The Untouchables. The Untouchables. With the Al Pacino story. I mean, the Al Capone story. Remember how in the end, listen. Remember how in the end they said, can we get a sidebar? And they went to the back, they went to the back to the judge's room. And he said, may I have the room, please? And then Kevin Costner looked at him. He stopped. And the judge went back out there and he was like, so he looked a little panicked. He said, change the jury. Take this jury and put the jury in the other room and bring that jury over here. And then the lawyer was like, yo, what did you say to him? He said, I told him that his name was in his book too. His name was in Al Capone's book. So he had the proof that he had dirt on that judge. So the judge complied. Might as well now that we here put the criminal away. So I'm gonna let it continue. Listen, if you don't think all of his places got raided just so they could remove his power, now I know this man is smart. Why? How do I know this man is smart? Because had they found anything in those raids, yeah, you found tapes, found different things, this and that. If they would have really found anything, Diddy would have been gone. Diddy would have been gone. Cause like he just said, what they're speaking about in this courtroom right now ain't got nothing to do with what he's on trial for. Now, Diddy's still an animal for putting hands on her. I don't approve of no man putting no hands on no. Hear me, y'all. Listen, listen. No one should be putting hands on nobody at all. Now, I tell y'all guys all the time, I'm an advocate. There's two women, fellas. There's two women who should be safe from you. The women that you love and the women in your family. Now, a chick in the street, if she, listen, all bets are off. I don't know this chick. If she try to fucking spit on me, I'm hitting her with a Hayukin. I promise you. I'm gonna hit her with the Mike Tyson fucking undercut. I don't give a fuck. But your women should trust to know you're not putting hands on them. So Diddy's foul. He a dirtbag for that. But he not on trial for that. But let's continue to listen. Continue to listen.
That was a mouthful. I need my tinfoil hat for that one. What the hell? So wait a minute. You're saying that maybe he was an operative, or if he wasn't an operative, he was collecting stuff on people, and now the government wants that to either protect those people or to have the power over those people?
And to strip Diddy of his power. To me, at this point, 4 or 5 days in, and based on what they're arguing, yesterday, they basically argued that his girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, and I'm talking about the prosecution, argued that she was the one that paid these sex workers. I mean, this trial is a farce. It is proving that Diddy is a sexual degenerate. Diddy.
Shout out to all the subscribers, y'all. Hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate that. Let's get the likes up to 100. Right now we at 50, y'all. Let's get the likes up to 100. We got 100. No, we got 358 in the building. But listen, y'all. They're doing this to strip. What is this trial about? Nothing. They did it to take his power back, and now they're gonna use that to protect the powerful people. Listen.
He is violent towards women he's dating, but in terms of, you know, this major sex trafficker and all that, no, they're not even attempting to argue that. And so I think that Diddy, being a bit of an idiot, probably got too full of himself and started threatening the wrong people with the information he had, and someone needed to put him in his place. Like,
woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo-hoo. Listen to me. Listen, y'all. Hear me. Y'all also know I'm in the finance industry. I'm a part of one of the top 5 financial loaning companies in the world. And I've seen men of power squash other people because they had shit on them. People, they're doing this Cassie thing to humiliate his image. This is why I told y'all, people are gonna riot. They're gonna riot if Diddy walks. People, New York City, I'm gonna say it again, New York City got turned up because the fucking Knicks won and they going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. Niggas took over the whole street. The whole street. It was crazy. For like 7 blocks, it was crazy. What do you think's gonna happen if Diddy walks? All the women who are like, oh my God, he's guilty, he's guilty. Guilty of what? What? Nobody's addressing issue. Nobody's addressing the issue. James said they're basically taking Diddy's power to protect the real. Right. Ready? Now I will say this, y'all. I seen this. Ready? Hear me out. Now I'm not confirming or denying. Shout out to my family, Hassan Campbell. That's my family, right? Hear me out. He said on one of his videos that he got the word that Tory Lanez was supposed to be protected. Tory was supposed to be protected. Now, word was that he said, and I'll do a reaction video to that, that for this year's Christmas, everybody on his cell block or whatever it is, everybody under his camp, Christmas was crazy for them. They had commissary up the wazoo. Everybody was taken care of. Everybody. And they said, but one thing you never want to do when you locked up in the pens, you never outshine the master. You never want to outshine the master. That's what Diddy was trying to do. You never think that you're bigger than the people that put you in position. So I do think Diddy's getting spanked. Now, Diddy's gonna walk. He said, if Diddy walks, New York will look like World War III. Hey, maybe people shouldn't take this case so personal. Because you know what? If they were sticking to the extortion, running a continual criminal enterprise, and the S trafficking, maybe we would get somewhere. All they doing is trying to sympathize with the emotions of the people. And Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. Now, in the court of public opinion, he's guilty until proven innocent. That's how it works, y'all.
No, you're an operative, you're a tool, you're an asset. You're not some ringleader. You haven't ascended to a place of power where you can actually use this information to start blackmailing people. And so they've stripped him of his information. They've totally destroyed his reputation. And, you know, again, maybe this jury will be so repulsed by Diddy, which they could be, that they'll just convict him of something that hasn't been proven in court.
A lot of people don't know that I'm a painter, and I gave up painting because of demoralizing pain in my hands. I was losing hope.
So, who are the mysterious they?
The people that attended Diddy parties, who Diddy may have threatened, and look, I hate to use this name because I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, you're just speculating.
Let's take a LeBron James, who has said he went to Diddy parties. And clearly LeBron James is an important asset in the Democratic Party and trying to push black people to stay on the Democrat plantation. And so if LeBron James is on tape somewhere and he's admitted that he went to Diddy parties, ain't no party like a Diddy party. If I'm the globalist, the leftist, you know, and LeBron is an important asset for me, I want that information stripped from Diddy. I want control of that information. LeBron James is our asset, not Diddy's asset.
Woo! Now, people, this is why I always tell you. You ready? Who remembers last year when, what was it, Tinder, they released all their records publicly of all the people who are signed to Tinder, things of that nature. So people who had Tinder profiles were actually getting fired from their jobs because what they were speaking of on Tinder, different things, it was a little too explicit, and it could affect the jobs where you guys work at. It could give a job a bad name. Why do you think now most high profile jobs, or I think pretty much any high paying job right now, they ask you for your social media, and if you don't give it, you won't get the job, because they need to see. Now, people, hear me. This is why I've been in the public for a long time. Some of you guys know me. I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I sang for I was Derek Jeter's personal singer for his Turn 2 Foundation, for Christopher Reeves, Superman Foundation, Mike Bloomberg. I was the NYSSMA competition male vocalist for 4 years when I was in high school. I done sang for the world. I done sang for Walt Disney on 25th anniversary. I done performed. I done written for many artists. I've been places. Now, as of recent, y'all guys seen me on Tariq, the book of Tariq. I've got songs placed. Me and my family, we're involved in different things. But I want you guys to understand something, right? I know everything I've ever said. I can't erase it from social media. Like he said, hey, if LeBron is somewhere saying ain't no party like a Diddy party, how many people said that? A lot of people. So that means that a lot of people were an accomplice. They know what was going on. They know what was going on there. Ready? Barack been to a party. Now we know Clinton. We know Clinton been to a party. Like, there is a lot of powerful people who've been with Diddy, been around him. Who do you think they're gonna protect more, them or Diddy? Diddy's just one person. Then let's add insult to injury. He's a black person. A lot of power, bruh. A lot of power for one person, man.
And so I'm using LeBron James, but there may be other people like that. Because I'm just telling you, if you watch the case or what's transpiring in the court, you can't watch it, but follow it. They're just basically arguing, hey, man, this guy is a pervert.
Right.
And him and his girlfriend did some really perverted things.
Right.
They're not proving a serious criminal case. And so now I have to go, well, what was the motive? What was the big raid? They raided this guy like he was Pablo Escobar.
I know.
People, who was there when I said this when Diddy first got raided? People, I said they came for this nigga like he was John Gotti. They came for Diddy like if he is public enemy number one. Nation, like universal to the whole world. He can't go nowhere on planet Earth because he's wanted. They came for him. Like great example. Like if he was Pablo Escobar. Bro, it's insane the way they came for Diddy. Why? Because they knew. They know Diddy's powerful, y'all. And they just taking advantage that now that he doesn't have access and he's locked up, they're trying to take back some of that power. People like Diddy, they're just too smart. You have things in other islands and other countries and things because you make sure he said Diddy bit the hand. Yup. Diddy must have pissed, like they said, Diddy must have pissed off the wrong person. Because there's been a lot of high-powered people around this man.
And now they're in court arguing that he's Hugh Hefner? No, that's not what we were promised. That's not what, you don't do a raid like that. Just, oh, this guy's Hugh Hefner. He's hosting sex parties at his house. They raided him like it was Escobar, and right now, 4 or 5 days in, you know, maybe Diddy's Bill Cosby, but that's it.
I have to tell you, I think I'm more disgusted by your answer, if it's true, if it's right, than I am by Diddy and what he was doing, what I've heard in testimony, which is disgusting and despicable. But I think I'm more disturbed by the answer of this, you know, I own these people, you don't own these people. My gosh, you want to talk about a plantation?
It's the only thing that makes sense to me at this point. Diddy is, again, he's some talentless rapper, you know, from a very questionable background, and should never.
Like, people, listen to me. You remember the guy I told you that they squashed him? Now they clipped him because they were looking for something to clip him on. Remember the guy? He's in jail because he ran over the person. Remember? Yeah, I know his initials. He was showing people. People were like, "Oh, he don't really got clips on this and that." People were able to confirm that he had videos of people. Now, I'm not going to say who, but this guy also was like, yo, this guy had footage of a world famous boxer with dilly-dallies up the shoot. Don't say it in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? And people were like, yo, this guy actually showed me. He showed me. And they were like, after that, I ain't fuck with him no more. I don't drink with this nigga no more. I don't hang with this nigga. I don't party with him because I don't want this man to have. Why do you think he was able to move the way he moved? When people got things on you, man. Ready? That's why I don't drink. All my friends call me Capri Sun. Anything stronger than a fucking Capri Sun, I'm gonna be drunk. Like listen, anything stronger than a fucking Red Bull, I'm on the floor. I don't drink. I already shared you guys. I don't smoke. I told you guys the one time where I tried to do what I'm saying, I thought I was cool, you know what I'm saying? They smoke my fellas and all that. And I started fucking hallucinating. My body doesn't do good with drugs. I told y'all, when I have a headache and I take a pill, I could feel the medicine working because my body is just used to fighting things on its own. You dig what I'm saying? But listen, man, let's keep going.
Again,
shout out to the subscribers, man. Hit the like button, y'all.
As corrupt as the globalists have, the very corrupt people rise to power.
Yes.
And people that shouldn't have power end up with power. And Diddy is potentially one of those people. And it's like they've created Frankenstein. Well, how do you kill Frankenstein? This is how you do it.
Wow. When's this trial supposed to end? How much longer?
I think it's supposed to be like 6 weeks of, and again, there's part of me that thinks like this is a distraction. This is sensational and just intended to, hey, go look over here, Diddy and baby oil, and look at all these sensational sex stories. But there's no real meat here. There's no substance here, and you know. Is rap music in that industry nihilistic and perverted and sexually degenerate? Yes, we knew all that. We don't need a trial to prove that.
And you can't go to jail for that.
No. Well, you can.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can if it gets so perverted and your slavery.
No. What I mean by that is we've seen juries so repulsed by the defendant that it just doesn't matter what the government's arguing or whatever. And that he may go to jail just for being a horrible, awful person, and no one's going to feel sorry for him if that's the case.
Right.
But in terms of some sex trafficker, again, I just don't see it at this point.
So this goes to what,
people, I'm telling you, everybody's saying the same thing. Yo, I don't see Diddy. Like they're not showing nothing right now. They're not showing nothing. People are like, yo, we don't see it. We don't see how he's gonna get locked up. We don't see it. People just don't see it. They don't see it. I'm telling you.
Because my question has been, why are you not going after anyone else but Diddy? Because he couldn't have done all of this by himself. So why is he the guy? And it's the same story as Epstein. They're only talking about him and Maxwell. That's it. Nobody else. Haven't heard even a name of anybody else.
Let me differentiate from my perspective the difference between Epstein and Diddy, and based on what's been argued in court, we're not even seeing them suggest that Diddy was doing this with underage people so far. And, the Epstein part is about underage and it's child sex trafficking and all that. We haven't even gotten there with Diddy. We've spent the first 4.
So now, for all of y'all folks that were like, Cassie was 19, people, stop making up stories. When Cassie took the stand and deliberately said her and Diddy never got physical until her 21st birthday. That was the first time she ever kissed Diddy, was in Las Vegas on her birthday. And at the same time, what hurt her was she was still with Ryan Leslie. So she was stepping out on Ryan while she was trying to get with Diddy, which makes her look bad. But she was, people were like, but Diddy met her at 19. I don't care if I met a girl at fucking 15. If I didn't touch her till she was 21, what's the problem? See, that's because y'all guys are emotional. But she was 19. 19 what? Show me where Cassie said that. You can't. Because her herself, she said, we didn't do anything till I was 21.
4 or 5 days talking about the sexcapade of him and his girlfriend, and they've tried to paint her as a victim, but she looked like a willing participant so far in court.
People, for those who are new here, I'm sorry, I know you can't comment in the comment section, that your day's gonna come where I'm expecting this comment section to go crazy, because I'm gonna be covering this whole situation. I'm not biased. I'm probably one of the fewest channels who are not biased. I am not, listen, Monday through Friday in the mornings, I do man talk. I'm not biased. I come at men the same way I come at women. I'm not biased. Not even in the least bit. Now, I want you to understand, people, if you think that Cassie's a victim, hit the like button. If you cannot, no. I want you to hit the like button anyway. If you think that Cassie's a victim, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think that Cassie is a willing participant, hit the like button. If you can't talk, hit the like button and show me if you think she's a willing participant. Because I want y'all guys to know. He goes, hey bro, you want to give you your flowers. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Juan. Thank you so much for the kind words, man. I appreciate you, dogs. Yeah, man, I'll be out here all the time, man. I put in overtime work. Most people know I work 4 hours a day, y'all. I'm in the armed service. I work 4 hours a day. I go in for 4 hours. I tend to stream before I go into work. I go into work for 4 hours, and in the last 4 hours, I watch my location. When my officers are there, I watch them right over here on the screen. I have access to see what's happening in the location. So they, I've been in my field for quite some time, and wow, I didn't even see that. Thank you guys, man. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, y'all. Wow. We hit 17K, y'all, on live stream. Thank you. Whew. I work hard for y'all, man. Anybody knows I do gaming content here where, what I'm saying, I give everybody a little break. I do gaming, but in the mornings I do man talk. I speak on relationships. I speak on men and women trying to come together. I am a man of Yah. I am a man of the Most High, Yahshua. You know what I'm saying? I believe in Jesus the Christ. I believe his way is the right way. It is what it is. But I keep my own personal beliefs to myself. And I'm non-biased to every situation. But I want to dive back in, man. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 17K. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, man. You deserve it. You grind every day. You never miss a day. Pure organic. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all, man. Real talk. Woof.
But
I almost got a little sentimental there.
This is why this is disturbing me. Because if what was said about these parties, it does lead to.
Children,
It involves
underage
children.
people,
It involves drugs that people pass out, and then there's rape and everything else. And on top of that, probably poor language, is the idea that they're both Diddy and Epstein are both operatives for some political or governmental entity or group of people that are trying to control people and keep them in play.
Yeah, and James.
Can I tell you guys something? Who remembers last summer when I told y'all, do you not see what they're trying to do with Instagram? Remember I told you guys, there are certain people, I even said it last month, there are certain people that they're just too powerful now. People, if right now Cristiano Mandiolo, whatever the fuck his name is, the soccer guy, if right now, listen, y'all hear me, what the fuck his name is, Cristiano, whatever, the handsome nigga, that's all I know. All I know is that he's a handsome guy. All the girls love this guy. Do y'all know he was the fastest person to get 1 million subscribers? He opened up a YouTube. Listen, this is why they try to control people. Cristiano, whatever his name is, in 17 minutes, listen, in 17, hey guys, I have a new YouTube page. He hit 1 million subscribers in 17 minutes. In 7 people. That's insane. So that's like if Cristiano comes and says, hey, go check out my guy True Hall of Fame. I love this guy. You know what happened to this channel? This fucking channel probably shut down. I want you guys to understand, there are certain people that are so powerful. Why do you think they keep close? Like, you can't say certain things. You cannot, people, you cannot outshine the master. Never try to outshine the master. Never. Now, I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to give you his initials. MJ. We're going to leave it at that. And I ain't talking about Michael Jordan. Hold up. Listen to me. Don't say his name in the comment section. Do you guys know how powerful he was? People thought he was going broke. He bought 50% of the biggest publishing company on earth. He owned everybody's rights. That's a problem for some people. That's a problem. More than just that. He owned everybody. If people wanted to get back their rights, they would have to go. That's too much. You can't outshine the master. Y'all seen The Last Dragon? Who's the master? Showing up. Like, you cannot outshine the master. I think, listen, and I know some of y'all may have never heard this side of the coin. If you think this side of the coin doesn't exist, you're delusional.
Coney's daughter, who's on the prosecution team, she's not going to argue that. Because they're not going to go in, or maybe later in the trial, though, because Diddy certainly was someone that was out there promoting the Democratic Party, vote or die. He was certainly a political operative for the Democratic Party. So far, and even in opening statements or whatever, based off my understanding, none of that's being argued. That his political involvement, his political engagement, none of that's being put on the table. They're keeping this in a very safe space of, hey, look at how sexually perverted Diddy and his girlfriend were.
I hate this. I absolutely hate this. Because if we don't clean this kind of stuff up, we have no chance of survival. You know, it's like the stuff that was happening with the Muslim pedophile rings over in England, where everybody knew what was going on. And I'm not saying we know over here what's going on, but over there, it just became so obvious, and the government was just covering it up for it because it served their purposes, whatever those purposes might have been. And you can't have a civilization, you can't have a society that is cohesive at all if these kinds of things are just not taken care of. If they're just if special favors are paid to both sides and just make it go away, you don't have a real system of government.
What are these things that we're doing right now that are really stop? Just stop eating.
People want to be in denial.
Some people haven't gone an entire.
They want to be in denial.
I'm going to go a step further, Glenn, or just from my perspective. You can't have a society.
All right, first of all, YouTube, fair use. He's saying he's going further. I want to go on statement saying this is not my words. Okay. I am simply reacting to another content creator, okay? This is not my words. I don't say nothing. I responding. I doing the reaction video, and that's it. Alright? I want to go on record saying that. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just reacting. I ain't saying something is true or something is false. I'm just saying, let's just all look at it from all kind of different perspectives. Alright, YouTube? Okay, YouTube? My man, let's go. Cause he said take a step further. Alright, don't get me in trouble, nigga.
That allows the form of music that Diddy was involved in, that promotes sexual degeneracy and violence and drug use. If that is going to be at the center of American music culture, if that's going to be promoted and Super Bowl halftime shows, and Diddy is going to be a powerful figure in politics and in culture, you can't have a society that properly functions.
Jason Whitlock is with us. So what is your solution to that?
We have to reapply obscenity laws and quit allowing porn and this type of degeneracy to be protected under allegedly free speech. And, you know, there was a long time in America where, you know, we had obscenity laws and there were things you couldn't do and say on public airwaves and in movies and things like that. And now all of a sudden everything is under free speech. And I just don't, you know. The key there was not in movies, but you just said it, public airwaves. I mean, I remember 1982, I'm working on the morning show at WPGC in Washington, D.C. I'm 18 years old. The guy across the street is Howard Stern. He is just making...
I told y'all, this dude right here is powerful. People, hear me out. Some of these guys maybe you never heard of, but this is why I'm subscribed to these dudes. I listen to certain individuals. I'm not listening to people getting emotional. I like to listen to people articulate themselves in a way like this where even a child can understand. Let's go.
His big impact in Washington, D.C. And I said on the air one time, I'm 18 years old, and I said the word, I know it really pisses me off. I wish I would have saved this letter because I'd have it framed today. It was a full-page memo from the program director saying, I don't know who you think you are, and I don't think you know where you work, but this is the nation's capital, and we do not use language like, quotation mark, pissed on the air. that's how far we've come. Because now that's nothing. That's nothing. I don't know how you reverse that. I mean, if you believe in freedom, it really should be reversed internally by the people. And I don't know how to make that happen other than you got to find God, people.
Whew. Whew. Now, I will say this. Even me, sometimes I could be a little much. I'm working on my cussing. I'm working on it. I'm asking God every day. I ask for prayer. I ask him to, come on, man, help me control this. But some things just pop my top. But I want you to understand something. We can't go back. We can't. People, he's like, how do we take this power back from these powerful people? We can't. But everything is so out there. We can say whatever we want now. The music is so perverted. We not going back. You want to know why? There's a saying, y'all, in life. Let people do what they want to do so you can see what they rather do. You missed it. Okay, you missed it. All right. How can I rephrase this? All right. There's really no other way to say it. Let people do what they want to do so you can see what they rather do. Look all over us. Look everywhere we look. Women are out of control. Men aren't protecting women. Men got passport bros. It's total chaos. Now, some things are a reaction to an action, fine, granted. But this whole, you got chicks on radio stations talking about, he gonna eat my booty like groceries. And it's in a song. And everything's so close to me. And everything's so groceries. And everything's supposed to be, and eat my booty like groceries. Like, what was the name of the song? I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me show you how I got that ring. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in. For those who are old enough, remember that song back in the day? Put it in your mouth, and you can lick it, you can taste it, you can taste it. I'm talking every drip drop. People, there's no coming back. There's no coming. Shout out to Akinelli. He's actually family. Shout out to Akinelli, man. Akinelli was the first person to actually put me in the Hummer 1 suited up when I was young. Shout out to Akinelli. But I want you to understand, this is how far we come. And there ain't no going back. Yes, the music is promoting the lifestyle that Diddy's living. Hey, it is what it is.
There was a time when we had this, and in the name of freedom, we've now allowed all types of degeneracy and obscenity to go mainstream.
Right. And it was in the name of freedom because...
Ready? LGBTQ, same-sex marriage. Let's be clear. In the name of freedom, now everything goes. You got to pay attention to this, y'all. Pay attention.
No civilization if you're just shooting to the bottom of the barrel. So it was done in the name of freedom as well, and it did keep us free.
There you go. And look, where I go with it, me is like, well, let's protect the freedom and the innocence of children, rather than just Hugh Hefner's freedom or Diddy's freedom or whoever runs Pornhub's freedom. I want to protect the freedom and innocence of children, and it's so obvious the consequence of this pornographic, degenerate freedom that we've allowed.
But how do you...
It's compromised the innocence and the freedom of young people. We've mainstreamed a nihilistic mindset and a perverted, degenerate mindset that is harming the freedom and innocence of children. And
That is something I could get behind, and saying, there's rules for children and what you expose children to. I'm completely with that. However, how are you going to do that when you've got drag shows in kindergartens?
And again,
you see, people. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to play this. I got you, Chico. Everybody's outraged about Diddy. Look what Diddy did. But there's drag shows in school. Where is the fucking outrage? See? You see how I get too hyped? See? People are outraged about the wrong things. People were flying in from all over the country to listen to the Diddy case, but they won't even show up to their children's school to fight drag shows being in the school. People's priorities is fucked up. Fucked up. All the way fucked up. As you see, I'm not biased. I'm one of the few channels on YouTube who's not biased, because you got people trying to sway the Cassie's way, sway the Diddy's. Fuck both of them. But hey, let's talk about it. You got mad folks trying to report, you're here live at the Diddy case, but nobody says I'm here live at my kid's school because there's a drag show going on here. I need everybody to show up and come support me. Because it's not popular. The same way how tomorrow morning's man talk. What I'm talking about in the morning for man talk is, I'm gonna say tomorrow's man talk is called "Get the fuck out of his or her way." Get out of his and her way. We're talking about people. Sometimes somebody's going places and you just gonna slow them the fuck down. Get the fuck out of their way. It ain't gonna be a popular show. You wanna know why? Cause it's like people going to the drag, like people going to the school for the PTA meetings for the drag show. Not as many folks is gonna show up, but for Diddy they will. For Cassie they will. It's a high profile case. Not knowing that, y'all know I'm gonna do man talk regardless tomorrow morning. Ladies, there are some men who they're going places, and with everything you've done in your life, you're gonna fucking stop them. Get out of their way. Fellas, some of you guys ain't shit. And you know that girl got a good head on her shoulders, but you wanna fuck her life up because you ain't shit. Get the fuck out of her way. That's what tomorrow morning's about. It ain't gonna be as popular, but y'all already know tomorrow night I'm doing the Diddy and Cassie trial anyway. But y'all know what I do. I'm non-biased.
Slippery slope. We got there because we moved away from obscenity laws, and we said we can't infringe on anyone's freedom to be as degenerate, as perverted as they want to be.
Right.
That's un-American. We're going to have to penalize. Again, I don't understand. If you're in the rap music industry and putting out this type of music, you should be taxed at a different rate. There should be different laws and rules. You go into, for me in the sports world, you go into any basketball arena anywhere, and I'm talking about high school level, speed level, they pump in this hip hop music with all this profanity as your children are playing basketball. We got to put a stop to it. It is the slippery slope. Music and this form of art has so much influence over your heart and mind and over the culture.
Jason,
listen, y'all. We already said enough. It is what it is, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Definitely on some more the whole Cassie and Diddy situation. Y'all already know. Thank you for everybody for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for getting me to 17K subscribers. I'm so grateful for y'all. Thank you for hitting the like button. I'll see y'all guys in a little bit. I will do some more gaming content a little later on. But later on tonight, I may do some man talk. You never really know. Hopefully the other live stream is done so I can break it down further for you guys. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Michael May, True Hall of Fame Bills in association with the Hear Me Out podcast. I love y'all, man. I'll see you on the next one. Ya tu sabe. Wepa.